Alright, so this video we're going to be talking about the Spec Ops mode for Modern Warfare. I want to go through the official reveal. It's going to be next Tuesday, October 8th. Also, some official statements on survival mode as well. Pretty much this whole video is going to be going through Spec Ops mode, what we're going to be seeing for this reveal, what the community reaction is going to be, and if this is going to be a good reveal despite as to what happened, obviously, with survival mode being 1 year exclusive on the PS4 until next October 2020, which again is just a crazy thing. But let's go through here the reveal, what we're going to be seeing for all players. As a reminder, the Special Ops mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare will be revealed on October 8th, that is next Tuesday, and we'll talk about the times and what we're going to be seeing in a second. So Infinity Ward responded to the outrage over the lack of survival mode across platforms in Modern Warfare, and the studio has stated that the Special Ops experience, which will be available on all platforms, will be revealed on Tuesday, October 8th. The survival mode, which Infinity Ward is describing as just 1% of the Special Ops experience, will be available on the PS4 for a year. Obviously, the studio is saying it's an additional classic mode for the game, but overall the Special Ops experience is on all platforms. So we'll go through specifically that situation with survival in a second, and they did do a specific survival announcement. But for Special Ops, lots of discussion and reactions to yesterday's news about Special Ops. We know you have questions and we want to clarify. To be clear, our all new Special Ops mode will be releasing on all platforms on October 25th. We're going to be revealing it on October 8th. When we launch on October 25th, everyone on all platforms will be getting Modern Warfare, which includes the campaign, the all-new Special Ops mode, and the entirety of multiplayer, which is a massive experience we've worked on to create. Special Ops Survival is an additional classic mode that will be available on PS4. This is one of the last steps on the road to launch roadmap for Modern Warfare. The studio has been revealing new campaign details this week and will continue to share more over the course of the next week on the game's new story mode. So pretty much, again, this is wrapping up Infinity Ward's reveal. There's nothing else they're going to reveal that is too major after this Spec Ops reveal. Next Tuesday, October 8th, we're going to have that big reveal. That should be a pretty big day. We're going to have a live stream. Most likely, again, it's going to be the times 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, and then obviously just, calculate your times depending on where you live. Hopefully, I'm live streaming so I can see how this goes down, because this reveal, it's obviously going to be a big one because it's a third of the whole game being revealed. We have the huge multiplayer reveal. We had that back in August. Campaign reveal, we sort of had half in May with the reveal trailer, and then also a half last week with the story trailer. And now this is a whole third of the mode being revealed. It's a pretty big deal. So we're going to have a live stream. We're going to have a ton of stuff revealed. But it's also interesting because of this controversy now with survival only being on the PS4. So what are they going to show us? How are they going to actually bring this reveal? So the live stream most likely is going to focus on Spec Ops at large, and I have a feeling for, strategic reasons and for reasons that make sense as well. I mean, they're not going to focus too much on survival mode. I think you guys can agree as well. Survival mode is something that apparently right now is just not their strong suit. They can't go out and talk about it too much because anytime they're going to mention survival mode, people are going to yell at them and people are going to remind them, oh, you guys, you have this exclusivity deal with Sony and we can't play it. We can't play survival mode. So anytime they want to reveal something or talk about survival mode or hype it up, they're going to be just bombarded with hate, and that does suck, but it makes sense because it's exclusive for a whole year. So that's just insane. So I think, again, for the most part, this reveal is mostly going to be about the different missions within the Spec Ops mode, what you're going to be able to do, all of the different stuff, all the new features, how they're making Spec Ops this whole new mode. I mean, they already said before that Spec Ops is going to be a lot more than what it was before. I mean, before you just picked a mission, you picked the difficulty, and then that's it. Now it seems to be a bit more intricate, a lot more customization, and a lot more stuff to actually do within the Spec Ops mode. So they're going to probably reveal all of that, and then maybe at the end just a small teaser trailer just to show us what survival mode looks like. But they're not going to make it a big deal because of the fact that they're just going to get so much hate, and they probably do feel bad as well. I mean, I know they want this mode for everyone, but they had to have some exclusivity with Sony, and unfortunately this was what they did. So let's go through what they officially announced regarding survival mode, and let's shift gears to that. So the official description of the PlayStation 4 exclusive survival mode in Modern Warfare has been revealed. Here's a little promotional image for it. It's pretty cool. And in a promotional email, PlayStation sent out, the survival mode is the exact same as the Modern Warfare 3 mode. You can play with 3 friends across the multiplayer maps in an all-out survival experience. Now let me read you guys the official description for survival mode within Modern Warfare. So Special Ops Survival Mode is an exclusive additional cooperative mode for PlayStation 4 Call of Duty Modern Warfare players that pits you and up to 3 of your friends against enemy forces in intense cooperative combat. In Special Ops Survival Mode, you will fight off waves of increasingly difficult and determined combatants in a variety of experiences, gear up, and get ready for endless cooperative fun. So let's talk about survival mode. I want to go through the leaks as well, what we've known about survival mode and what would have happened if survival mode wasn't exclusive, because a lot of things may have been different and you guys actually may be surprised as to what I'm going to say. So pretty much survival mode was leaked a couple of months ago. It was added to the game. Now there are one of two reasons as to why it was added to the game. So the first one from the leaker, obviously it was just the general outcry that people wanted survival mode. Everyone was talking about when Modern Warfare was first revealed, everyone was saying, oh, Spec Ops mode, we can't wait for survival. And then Infinity Ward weren't originally planning on making survival, so they were just like, oh, wow, we should probably make survival. People want it. The second reason is that Sony needed some sort of deal with Modern Warfare, and if they weren't going to get the DLC early, they needed something early. They needed something specifically for themselves. So it may have been that Infinity Ward just made survival mode just to give it for Sony to have that deal, which is terrible. But honestly, if there wasn't a deal, we may have never even had survival mode to begin with, which is a weird, interesting fact. But here's the other thing. Now, if survival mode was something that Infinity Ward intended on having within Modern Warfare 100%, and there were no deals, there were no exclusivity deals with anyone, and it was for all consoles, it would have been expanded on to a whole nother level, and it probably would have been a lot more than what it is. Because if you think about it right now, survival mode came out in MW3 back in 2011. It was on the multiplayer maps, and obviously the different multiplayer maps would have different difficulties, and then they actually had some of the DLC maps later on with survival mode, so it was all pretty good. But you would think from 2011 all the way to 2019, there would be some sort of advancement with survival mode, something to mix it up, something to, you know, take the game mode to the next level. I mean, if this game mode was really so much fun and so popular and such a big deal, then why aren't they, you know, making a big deal, you know, 8-9 years later? What is the difference now? Why is it going to be the exact same way it was? And that may just be because of the fact that it is some sort of exclusivity deal with Sony, and they just needed to do something, and they're just like, okay, you know what? Let's just make survival mode really quickly. It's the same thing as MW3, but whatever. We have to do something, so here you go. And that sucks because, like I said again, if it was for all consoles and it was a really huge part of their game, survival mode would have been hugely advanced upon and actually just, you know, evolved into maybe something even greater than what it just is. Hopefully, you know, we would want to get to the point where survival mode has like specific maps, almost like zombies and stuff like that, where you have crazy new locations to experience these battles in and fight waves of enemies in all different war zones and stuff. Obviously, like the multiplayer maps and how MW3 did it, that's perfectly fine. And I'm on the PS4. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to play survival mode, but it does suck because if you didn't have this deal and they made it a huge part of the game, it probably would have been a whole nother level than what it's actually going to be. So I think for people, and this is I'm trying to give some positives to this situation, because I do feel bad that people on the PC and the Xbox One can't play survival mode, but I do want to say that although it's exclusive for a year, it's not like they're making a huge part of their game and they're not advancing it, and it seems like they're just sort of scrapping it together, because like I said again, for one, they weren't intending on having survival mode. It's the exact same thing for MW3, and it's not any different. You know, you would think they would actually make it something a bit different than what it was, but it's not that. And you know, the official description says that. The leaks have been saying that as well. So I know in the grand scheme of things, like, this does suck, and having anything exclusive for a year really is just a terrible practice and shouldn't be done. You shouldn't be splitting players up, and you should be giving everyone the content. You're paying $60. You should be giving the full content to all the players that buy the game. I understand all of that, but I think at the end of the day, this really isn't, you know, as big of a deal, especially now because of the added fact that survival mode, it's the same exact thing from MW3, which I guess if you liked MW3 survival mode, which I did too, it's fine. It's not a terrible thing, but, you know, 8-9 years later, you would think something would change. You would think they would do something a lot better. They would really try to make survival mode a huge integral part of Spec Ops, and it seems like there's just a lack of effort put into it. And I know maybe I'm just prematurely talking here, but based on the leaks, based on the official description, it looks like it's not this new innovative thing that they really care about. I mean, their baby is campaign. We know that. They've put huge amounts of work into multiplayer. The Spec Ops mode, we'll see what they bring to that. The reveal on Tuesday will really tell us how much work and how much thought they've put into that mode. But at least as of now, survival mode, I think if you guys are on the Xbox and PC, you're missing out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, you are definitely missing out, but you're not missing out that much as you may think. At least that's what I'm thinking right now, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, and let me know what you guys think about this video. See you guys later.